Don't mind me. I just washed my hair, so it's probably dripping. So if you see it, pay no mind. Anyway, I had this message that has been tugging at me past couple of days. Doesn't have much to do with anybody but me. So right now it's about me. You don't want to hear about me? Keep it moving, okay? So I'm gonna preface it with an encounter I had at a TA yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It was nighttime. I had pulled up and got hungry, so I wanted to go inside and get something to eat at the restaurant that's there. And the restaurant ended up being closed, so let me know that whatever I wanted to eat, I wasn't supposed to eat in that moment, right? So I grabbed some, little things or whatever, and then I stood at the register. Well, when I walked up to the register, it was this lady, white lady, long, stringy hair, but she had big energy, right? And you could tell that the people at the counter, they're used to seeing her like she must be a regular or something, I don't know. But they kind of were looking at her like she's a little throwed off, she's a little eccentric or something, I don't know. I got that energy from the way they were handling her and talking to her. But when I walked up, she was in the midst of a conversation, talking real erratic, but like real fast and all over the place, right? Subject to subject, like she just was, seems like she was moving at a million miles an hour, right? Just her energy felt like it was just everywhere, right? And I guess she felt me walk up because I wasn't close to her at all. I might have been maybe 12 feet away. But as soon as I stopped, she turned around real fast and she looked at me and looked at the lady at the register like with this wide eye, I guess, because when she turned around, she had the wide eye. And she looked at me like she was surprised I was there. And she smiled real big. And she said, oh. And she grabbed all of her stuff and like slid out of the way. Like, here you go. Go ahead. Like, go ahead. Like I'm a celebrity or something. I don't know. And I was like, okay, thank you. And the lady at the counter, of course, was talking shit to her or whatever, not like crazy, just joking around with her and stuff. And so she walked out of the door, but I could see her like she kept looking over her shoulder at me as she walked out of the door. And I was like, okay. So I, checked out my stuff and they told me to have a good night and everything. And so then I walk out of the door and I'm not paying any mind, but as soon as I open the door and step out into the light, something said, look. And so I looked across the way at the pumps where the cars, get their fuel, their gas. And she was in the center pump. And it seemed like that was the only light that was really like shining real bright. And she was smiling so big, like she was waiting to see me come out of the door. And when she saw me, she waved with a big old smile. And I was like, my immediate reaction was a flesh reaction, right? And I was like, why is she, what is wrong with her? Like, why is she doing all of that? And then immediately it dawned on me, she sees me. And so my heart said, wait back. And so I looked at her. I'm still walking in the midst of all of this processing, right? And so I looked back at her and I waved and I smiled and she got so excited and was like, oh my God, like, okay. And so I just kept walking. Now, mind you, it's dark outside. Like, it's where I'm walking towards the trucks. Not many lights are shining, but where she is, there was this big old light just shining on her, right? And so when I got in my truck, I sat and I thought about it and I was like, my flesh was telling me, keep moving, move fast, because she's probably gonna ask you for some money or something. But she never left her car to come ask me anything. She didn't chase behind me, nothing. She just wanted me to see her wave and acknowledge me. And so I waved back and smiled back. And then when I hit the corner, I turned just to see, make sure she wasn't coming. And she got in her car and she drove off and still smiling. So I wanted to preface with that because the message that I keep hearing is those that are meant to see you will see you. Those that are meant to hear you will hear you. And that message has been coming to me because I've been really like thinking and processing. Y'all know I've been in my solitude, really just kind of getting my life together, okay? Not even my life, just my inner self, like really tapping into the power that is me, right? And I've been thinking about how much I've really been giving of myself all my life, really. I've always had this connection. Like I told you guys before, I've been clairvoyant since I was, the earliest I can remember is 5, but I'm sure it was before then, And the world has always intrigued me, which is why I chose psychology as a major when I went to college. The mind, the human mind, and behavioral processing just has always been mind-blowing to me. And most people probably don't care about any of that, but it's always mattered to me. I mean, you ask my mother and she'll tell you, I've always made connections of the smallest things in life. I'm people with the same last name as a kid. I'm like, oh, well, y'all must be connected. Y'all have to go way, way back in ancestry, be connected. I'm always trying to put the pieces together since a little girl, right? And I was always hungry to learn. I'm absorbing this world, this earth school that we're in since a little baby, right? And every time I would learn something new, I would be so eager to go run tell anybody who would listen what I had learned and share it and make sure they understood it and make sure that everybody's on the same page as me, right? To the point where my mother literally nicknamed me Useless Facts as a kid. Because everything was, Mama, did you know Did you know? Auntie, did you know? Cousin, did you know? Did you know? And I'm just spewing out information, right? So I've always been this motherboard of teaching, really. And now as I grow and evolve, I realize that I have always been that. Even into my adulthood, I've always been that. I have esoteric knowledge and wisdom that continues to download as I open, awaken, and evolve. And I'm realizing that all these years I've been trying to share that with people. Friends, family, people that I'm dating. I'm constantly trying to share information. But these people are unwilling to receive. And those that do pretend to listen, I can tell you're just pretending to listen. Like, you don't really care. You just try to make me feel like you hear me, but I can tell you're not wide enough to really receive what I'm saying. And there's nothing against you. We're all on different journeys, right? I've even had people tell me they didn't need that. Like, I'm sharing information with you. I'm being vulnerable. I'm divulging the things that I know that are in my heart and my spirit and my mind. And you tell me you don't need that. That is not useful to you in your world. How do you know? You can't see the future. It may be useful at some point. Like, this has really been arguments and discussions with people. And I'm understanding now that I've just always been too big. And that's not to sound any better than anybody, because we're all, again, learning in this earth school. But I'm in like K-level advanced classes, and these people just aren't. So the message really has been very loudly saying that it's time that I just take all that I have been given to people, because I have been given every day of my life on this earth. This lifetime on this earth, I have given of myself in so many ways. More ways than I can count, I've been given. Even to my own family, to my own mother, I have given of myself and my energy to be unappreciated, to be unheard clearly, unseen clearly. But not everybody is meant to see you and hear you clearly. But those with ears to hear and eyes to see will see you, will hear you. Like that lady at TA. I didn't know her from Adam or Eve, but she saw me. She saw me. And I'm sure if I actually had the chance to have a conversation with her, she would blow my mind. I feel that in my spirit. That nobody takes her seriously either, but she would blow my mind. I know that. In my heart of hearts, I know. And I may run into her again. Who knows? But at the end of the day, all of the energy that you have poured out to people that has gone unheard and unseen, this is the era where you pour that back into you. Give unto yourself as you've given to other people, and watch how everything changes. How your world will open up. Your mind, your spirit will open up, because it wasn't meant for them. Message. The earth angels, those like yourself, your soul tribe, will hear you, will see you without effort. The rest are just NPCs. If you know, you know, okay? And some are sent as distractions and don't even know it. Some are subscribed to an agenda they are unaware of, oblivious to, being played like puppets by, you know, we know, Steven, okay? And they don't even know it. They just think this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I was created. Yeah, that's how you were created. Void, empty, but we're not going there. NPCs, okay? End of the day, moral of the story is, it's time. It's time to detach, disconnect from this world, this matrix, this game that these people are playing.